Okay, so for this block, we are going to be sewing 2 of these gold triangles to the burgundy triangle. And I'm going to iron this towards the small triangle. And let me tell you why I do that. Because if you ironed it this way, at this point right here, you would have so much bulk. And so we're going to iron all of them to the smaller triangle. So let's sew this one, and you'll notice I'm using the shorter edge of the big triangle with the longer edge of the small triangle. We're going to lay this like this. It's going to fit in there perfectly. Oops, I lost my foot control. Okay. Press my seam, and again I'm going to iron the second one the same way towards the small gold one, so that when you see this it lays nice and flat, so that when we sew them together. So we're going to make 4 of these units. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to sew one of the tan rectangles to our unit that we just made. And I'm going to sew it this way because I like to see where my cross stitch is, so that I make sure that I'm hitting that really well. But with this 1/4 inch foot, I should be right on. Now I'm going to use my stiletto right here to make sure that this stays down while I'm sewing. And this unit is going to be pressed towards the tan rectangle. Every time I make a block like this, I try to iron to the one that has the least amount of things. Look at how beautiful that point is. It just comes right on it when you're using Accuquilt. We're going to make 4 of these units. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a finished block so that you can kind of see what it looks like. We're going to have kind of a pinwheel thing going with all of these blocks. So I'm going to put one block this way, and this one will go this way, and we may need to make 2 of these units. So we're going to sew this one, and down here I like to make sure that those are married really nicely. Now, something I haven't been showing you on all of the other squares, something that I do when I'm sewing, anytime I'm piecing, you see all these little raggy edges? So I always have my scissors, and normally I would be doing this, but for the sake of trying to save time doing the video, I haven't. And it makes a really nice, clean edge for you. So we're gonna iron this one. And this one, we're gonna iron towards the larger piece, or I like to call it the larger. So we're gonna iron it towards that burgundy triangle. Okay, so we need 2 of these units. Here's 1 unit and 2 units. So you'll see how these triangles are kind of making a little pinwheel around themselves. So we're going to sew those 2 units together now. My stiletto kind of becomes my 3rd hand. It's really handy. So when you break these squares down like this, because some of them might look kind of difficult, but when you break them down piece by piece, they're actually very easy, fun blocks to make. And any of these blocks that we're doing, you can actually make an entire quilt out of. So we're going to have this really fun little pinwheel on the back here, and I'll show it to you. See how you see all of your colors that We're in the center here. And so when I turn this over, when I'm ready to put it into my quilt, I'm going to spray this really good. And this is just nice and flat. And look at how pretty those points are. So this is block number 7.